Hey, beautiful people. Hi, I am a little late today. Yes, just a little late today. We had a lot of good things, all good things happening, but we had a lot of things come up, so we had to take care of them. I have to take care of business. So, yeah, and I just did a little bit of yoga, and I just regroup, refresh, and restore, and everything's great. So, happy International Women's Day. This is the day where we celebrate the beauty that women are. And let's focus on some of the real positive things that women are. And I'm going to read something to you from my post from last year at about this time. Okay. Women are fierce, lovely, encouraging, strong, soft, fun, smart, goddesses, beautiful, caring, generous, helpful, inventive, insightful, creators, molders, shapers, makers, nurturers, and above all, lovers. Be all you were meant to be. And with that, why am I sharing that? Well, here's the thing. Women can be the most beautiful creations, creatures, expressions, humans on this earth. And those are the aspects of women that I want to focus on and talk about today, in brief. And some of these traits, as I look at my post from last year, I'm going to refer to this because I can't memorize this stuff. Okay, let's just talk about being creators and molders. And, we are the only species that can actually make something happen with birthing children. Okay, men are, hey, hi, thank you. Men are a part of the process. Let me see how I want to say this. Men are definitely a part of the process. And they have what we need to create a baby, and we have what they need to create a baby. But they cannot carry a child. We get the honor and privilege and unfortunately the pain to bring forth a child. And it's excruciating, yes, but it's worth it because in the end, you brought forth a life. So, wow, that's amazing. So, my kudos to every single human being that brought forth life into this world by birth like this. Hard work, guys. So, brava, wonderful. And a couple other aspects. Let's see. Let's talk about the strong part and the fierce part. And yeah, let's talk about the strength and the ferociousness. Fierce. Now, think of it like a lioness protecting her cubs, or any species. Every species pretty much, except I want to say maybe not the mice, but I think all species protect their young, especially, the bigger animals, right? And that's a beautiful thing. And we need to also check in with ourselves there too, because guess what? We are fierce in that way, and we are strong in that way, that we can defend and protect our own. Very, very interesting stuff. And I think it's very important that we understand when to use our fierceness and our strength, and when to keep our hearts soft and gentle and loving and warm. And now here's the thing about women. While they can be all these amazing things, and they can be beautiful, and sure, you can be beautiful, and you can be strong, and you can be fierce, you can be all these things at the same time. You can. You have to know how to balance them and know when to let one trait shine a little bit more than the other. That's the beauty of a woman. I mean, men have these strengths too, but because it's International Women's Day, I'm just going to focus on the women. So men folk, I haven't forgotten about you. We're just on topic for what's going on today, okay? When we have International Men's Day and Father's Day, I'll hit you guys up and make sure that you get the credit and kudos that you deserve. Because I'm not somebody that goes around, men bashing or something like that. And no, I don't do that. I love everybody. And you know what? There's no men rule the world, women rule the world. We need to put it in proper perspective. We need to be here with each other. Collaborators, right? Hey, hi, thank you. Okay, so guys, I haven't forgotten you. But back on topic about women. So we are all these things, and we can embody all these things. Now, I'm gonna touch on the negative side, but not to shine a light on the negative side, but to say, this is what we don't want to do. And women, let's celebrate our differences without, tearing into each other and tearing each other apart. The worst thing I've ever seen is when women get very insecure and they feel threatened, and then they have to tear down other women that want to, join in on the fun or have part of what's going on. They do the worst hazing that I've ever seen, and they can do like the worst possible things to each other and to themselves. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, you are better than that. Rise above that. No single one person owns any one field in anything, but some people think they do. And that's when, then you see that animalistic side, I was talking about before. You can see that ferociousness and that fierceness. That's the wrong application, guys. That's not what you use it for. You use it to protect your women, other women. You use it to protect your cubs. You don't use it to push other women down. That is the most ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I've experienced it, unfortunately. And with those people, I don't bother with them anymore. They start showing signs of that, and I'm like, you're not part of my tribe. And you know what? It's okay. They can be part of another tribe. And unfortunately, when birds of a feather flock together, those types will only tear into each other at some point. So once you step out of the way, then they have each other. They can't tear into you anymore. And if they keep trying to tear into you, you have to look legally at the recourse, right? But I don't want to get too sidetracked into that. I really want to focus on the good parts. But, so that's the worst I've ever seen. And, I think it's best to be a good example and to rise above it. And that saying that children compete, but women lift each other up? Girls compete, right? It's true. We were not meant to be girls. I mean, it's fun to be called a girl, in attitude and just have that playfulness about us, right? That's fine. But you don't want to have that mindset of a girl, because we did not raise our children to become adult girls. We raised our children to become adult women. And again, I'm only talking about the women today. Obviously, if we have a young boy, we raise them to be adult men. So, we want to keep, without having them push through their childhood too quickly, because that could be dangerous too. You want them to evolve very slowly and cognitively develop properly. So a couple things need to happen with that. You want to raise your young girl to be a beautiful woman. This will take care of itself. The beauty has to come from in here, and it'll shine outside. And I'm telling you, the women detract from their own looks when they don't do that. Hold on, guys. I'm referring back to my cell phone here. Let me put it up here so I can actually read it better. Oops. There you go. Okay, so how I was saying that women can also be lovely, encouraging. Yes, they can be. When they are doing their job right, they are the most beautiful creations I have ever seen. When they are encouraging people, not so they make themselves look good, but to lift up other people and make them look good. Now, here's the thing. The worst thing I've seen about that is female narcissism. That, to me, should not even be synonymous with the human race anywhere, any way, shape, or form. But unfortunately, it does exist. And you have to ward off against it, and just don't hang with those people. But, guys, the worst thing you can do, if you see something like that in yourself, the worst thing you can do is start pushing other people down. That whole triangulation thing, where you have a target here and you lift up all the people around and push that one person down. People see it, people know it, and you know what? The other people will become a target at some point too. That's what these narcissistic women have to do for some reason. They have to be the queen bee. And if anybody tries to show any ingenuity and lift themselves up, they get pushed down. Or you see how I'm talking like this? If one of my colleagues hears this, which they probably will, they'll make an example of this and say, oh, no, we don't. Look, see, we're lifting this person up. We just don't want you to be lifted up, Noelle. I mean, God sees everything, and He deals with it, trust me. So, women who show all these lovely qualities against something like that, you have the beauty, and then you have the not so good. Like, we have to hang on to what is good. Let those people fall by the wayside. Don't deal with them. They will get theirs in the end. You might not see it. You might not even delve it out. Most likely you won't, because if you're a good person, you won't have anything to do with them. You'll just run away from them. You must, at all cost, keep this right. Shine a light. That's all you can do. Shine a light and get legal recourse if you have to, right? But here's the thing. Intertwining this with International Women's Day, we must not do those negative things. We must be encouraging. We must be loving. We must be pursuing happiness, but not at somebody else's expense. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you. We must pursue these things and keep our hearts pure. Other aspects, they are also above all, they are lovers. Have you ever seen a woman shine with love? With effervescent love. I feel that when I'm dancing. I totally do. I've always felt that. I have felt the divine when I'm dancing. You ever tap into that? It's an amazing thing. Not only when you're in your zone, but when you're in perfect alignment with everything. You're touching the divine, and you're touching God. God is working through you. It's pretty awesome. And when something like that happens, it almost seems like a magical quality. I don't believe in magic, but what I'm trying to say is, where words fail, and that's the only word I can think of, but it's very majestic, magical. It's very awesome. And when we're walking in alignment, what is good, noble, lovely, something to cherish, then all these evil things, they fall by the wayside. They will. They really will. So you need to be all of these good traits. That is how you get to be all that you were meant to be. And don't put on a mask. People can tell. People can tell because there's still a little bit of you checking to see. And people will see that. Don't wear a mask. Be authentic. Be completely authentic. You have to be yourself. You have to shine from within to without. Because if you don't, you are ripping off the world, you're ripping off yourself, and you're probably ripping off another person copying them. That is not you being your full self. That is not you being everything you were meant to be. So women, rise up and be every single little thing that you can possibly be that is good. I think you can do it. Totally. So anyway, I just wanted to do that and wish everybody a happy International Women's Day. And I strongly urge you guys that, I get a lot of people, my inbox isn't working right now. We're going to have to fix that. And but I do get a lot of inboxing messages about, hey, how do I handle this situation? I'm being everything I can be, and I have these types of people. Yeah, I get it. I get it. If you're doing something good and it's what they are perceiving better than what they're doing, you're a threat to them. Of course they're going to tear you down. You need to expect it. You need to expect it. When you're shining, people will they won't play fair. They will do the nastiest tricks to you. They will do the nastiest things to you. It is your job not to do that. You fight force with force, of course. But in most states, check your laws, especially California. Outcasting, blacklisting, all this stuff is highly illegal. Highly illegal. They had the McCarthyism thing, the trials. I mean, wow, what a witch hunt, huh? Nasty, nasty stuff. But because of that, thankfully, but it was an ugly time in our history, right? We have laws. We have certain laws that do protect people now, which is really great. I applaud all the lawmakers. I'm lobbying to get a whole bunch of these things happening too. It's one of my outreaches. It's one of my missions. Nobody should be blacklisted, outcasted, just because, they want to win. That's not fair competition, is it? It's not fair competition at all. So, and there are laws about fair competition too. And very many people misconstrue that, so you've got to be careful, guys. You know. So hang out with your homies, know who they are, know who your tribe is. It doesn't have to be huge, you know, just small. But you can affect people on a larger scale, you know. Think about that. You see other women doing that to other women, shame them. Not publicly, but, you know, tell them, absolutely not, you do not do this. Hold them accountable. I shouldn't just say the word shame, but that's what it's going to do when you have to hold them accountable. Hold them accountable. That is the best weapon. And you know what? If you see this happen and you say nothing and you choose the side of neutrality, neutralism, what is that, the right form of that word, then you are actually siding to oppress that other person. You know, that only helps. Being neutral only helps the one who is oppressing. Just remember that. And that is a place of accountability too, and an accomplice. Think about that legally. I wouldn't want to be caught in that. So guys, stand up for yourselves. That's other things that women do. So you know what? International Women's Day is a day of celebration, but it's also a day of accountability. It's a day of making sure that the other women that you know of is doing the right thing too. So, guys, I'm so glad that you spent some time with me today. The message is kind of a little mix of everything, isn't it? A little bit heavy in accountability, because I held you guys accountable, huh? But I also said congratulations, too. So, we need both of that going on. And, I guess that's all I want to say today. I'm feeling a little under the weather. Not depressed or anything. I feel like I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold or something. I'm gonna go do my zinc pills and my garlic and everything that I know to do, and take a little nap. But yeah, so I hope everyone's feeling well. Spring is coming. Hang in there. We're about to see a blossoming, beautiful blossoming happen. We had a lot of rain, allergy sufferers, vitamin C. Take care of yourselves. And I think that's about it. So I'm sending you the love. My energy is just low because I really feel like I'm coming down with something. I'll be alright. But sending you the love. And I love you guys so much. And, you know, women, thank you so much. I appreciate all the positive influences I've had in my life. Thank you so much for being there for me. And, yeah, carry on. I'll check in a little later. I'll try to be on time tonight at noon. Midnight, sorry. Yeah, when I start feeling down and under the weather, starting to get sick, I'm not all there. I can't think very well. Okay, love you guys. Bye.